Welcome back, friends and fam. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in to another C3 Goes Live at 5. Today, we're going to do a quick overview of the market and talk about, is this healthy or hazardous? AKA, is this a liquidity grab? And if so, where to next? Are we going up or down? Also, we have our NFT gem for you today, and that will be talking about what's going to provide over 500% APY. So be sure to stay tuned till the end of the show, where we will be sharing our gold nugget with you. If you're new, like and subscribe. And with that, let's just jump right in. So what we're checking out over here is we're looking at Coin360, and we have our block size over here is on volume. So we have the volume displayed on the 24-hour or the one-day performance, and these are completely caterable. So if you're looking for a different perspective, you can come over here and you can pick 1 hour, 1 day, 7 days, 1 month, or create your own variation of that. And with block sizes, you can pick for off of volume or market cap. So quick reference, when we go to market cap, this shows how much money is where. And obviously, Bitcoin has close to 40% of the entire market cap. So that's why it represents about 40% of this page. But we'll slide back over into volume because we like to see where's money going in and out. So when we get into our volume page, we can see Bitcoin still is stealing the show, but Ethereum has some volume leaving it today. Bitcoin has a little bit of volume going into it today. It looks like the big red ones we see right now, we have SHIB down about 5%, losing a little bit of volume. So this is kind of relevant for where the best reference that we have for looking at where the money is going in and out of. And of course, you can see one of the darker greens down here is XRP, and it is up 5.87%. So great tool. Recommend you guys put this in your arsenal. Let's go ahead and look at our next favorite tool. This is CoinGecko. CoinGecko gives you a quick reference on what the market is, where the market's at in a more of a linear manner. So you can see Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, and then we can look at the 1 hour, 24-hour, and 7-day percentages increases. So this is for the people new to the show. If you're a frequent flyer with us, then I'm sorry for the redundancy, and we will continue to just jump right in. So in the CoinGecko, we like to go to the 24-hour and look at what is up for the day. And as you can see, Leo token is up 56%, almost double the next closest. Kadena at 21% for the day. BitTorrent's up 9.3% for the day. Gala 7, Avalanche 6. So let's see what's on sale today. We can see Juno is down about 7.4%. The Graph GRT is down 7.3%. That's a project that I've been interested in. And PancakeSwap down 5%, Arweave 7%, Synthetics 5%. And a lot of our channel's favorites, Cardano is down 4.9%. So those are, we can see the market is a little bit inconsistent right now. Some things are pumping, some things are dumping, and we just kind of want to understand why things are moving the way they are moving. And in order to do that, we get to go into the charts. So what we're looking at here is the total market cap. This is all of the money in cryptocurrency put into one beautiful, colorful chart. And this is what that chart looks like before you get carried away and have fun and graffiti it up like we do. So now that we have this chart, we can see we are still struggling to be under our, or to break through our $2 trillion resistance. So we talked about this yesterday on the channel, and we're going to briefly go over it again today. $2 trillion has been a challenging point for the entire market cap to break through. We're still looking for that validity to be a big dog in the space. And right now we're no more than equivalent to one big stock in the real world. So something to pay attention to, something to also put things into perspective for those of us that get lost in this crypto world and think that everything is crypto, that we're still new, we're still fresh. And now let's look at what does this chart tell us. So as we can see, let's get rid of some of these indicators. What we can see is that we are still in our descending wedge. And right here, you can see that we attempted to break out of it yesterday, and we had high hopes. We got up to $2.05 trillion. And what we wanted to see there is we wanted to see us retest the line of resistance as support. So we would have been looking ideally for the candle to only fall to about here. Unfortunately, the candle fell all the way back down to about 1.93, 1.94 trillion, which fell under and put us back into the wedge. So we have not broken out of our descending wedge on the total market cap yet on the day candles, and that is what we're looking for before we get really excited about the trend reversal and the bull run that's around the corner. So let's go ahead and look at what total 3 looks like. This is going to be all of the cryptocurrencies besides the top 2 dogs, and that's Bitcoin and Ethereum. So when you take Bitcoin's market cap and Ethereum's market cap out of the picture, you're left with about $767 billion. So right now, all of crypto or altcoins, as you would say, is about $764 billion, and looks like we'll continue to move up, but we are still under this major resistance. So we'd like to break above this resistance and use it as support. So you can see back here, we've used it as support here. Oh, we're moving a little too fast. Let's get out of there a little bit. So we used it as support all through. I mean, when we broke above the $750 billion level in August of last year, we have maintained above it and used it as support during the bloodshed in September and continued to bounce off in a healthy manner and push all the way over $1 trillion market cap, which was pretty exciting for the brief moments that we were there. We got up to 1.12. We spent a couple of days above 1 trillion, and then we quickly began falling down. So we've been in our own descending wedge in total 3 as well, and we're waiting for that to break out. We have what looks to be forming a cup and handle formation, which is a bullish scenario in the long run, but it generally comes with some short-term bear movement to handle out and break out. So that's what we're looking for. It's what we're excited about. And we are interested in seeing if that's going to start showing in some of the other assets, and we're looking for that signal in the charts once we get that confirmed from our vitals. So the next stop that we go to is we want to know what is the dollar doing and how does the dollar look. So you'll see us going over the dollar every day on this channel because that's one of the most important vitals to all investment assets. If the dollar is strengthening, everything else will be struggling. And so that's something to pay attention to, whether you're in stocks, whether you're in cryptos, whether you're just looking at doing some real estate investments. You want to know what's the strength of the dollar, because that's going to dictate what would be intelligent for you and what would not be intelligent for you. So it's a great tool to pay attention to. Definitely a chart you want to keep in mind, and we'll explain to you how to use this chart to your advantage. So right now you can see the dollar has shown support. And let me slide this out of there. And right here on the day candle that was just printed about 2 hours ago, our market cipher indicators have given us a bullish printing. So we have an 8 under a 2, which is bullish according to market cipher. And also we can take on our market cipher B down below and see that our VWAP is starting to come upwards and we're starting to trend in the positive direction. So this would be great if we were looking at Bitcoin or the total market cap, but we're not. We're looking at the dollar, and that's the alarm. So we're waiting and we're still on the sidelines because until the dollar shows weakness and our assets or our market cap shows strength, there has been no confirmation. So you'll hear us again and again talking about we're looking for our indicators to provide us confirmation in where we're heading. So here you can see the dollar still is not broken out of its ascending wedge and is actually showing strength for the short term. You can see the 1 day, the 2 day. The 2 day actually looks kind of brutal, but it's already halfway through. And then we can look at what it thinks for the dollar for the month, which is always interesting. And it shows that the dollar on the month is in a somewhat of a neutral, leaned bullish manner. So our indicators and our AI are not anticipating the dollar to struggle until the end of this month. And so that's something that we're paying attention to, and we're trusting our indicators and waiting for our indicators to let us know when is going to be the most intelligent time to get into the market and to start rallying with this bull run. So let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin, everyone's favorite, the golden child of the market. And it has been fun to watch these last few days. I don't think anyone's going to complain when you get green candles for 6 days straight. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of green candles. That's, I mean, after the 2 months of downward movement that we've had, this is a great relief. I mean, we've had as high as 20% gains in 4 days. So this is very exciting. This is what we're looking for. This is a great sign of strength. But we also want to be aware that we still have over $30 billion of long liquidations below us. And as we discussed yesterday, and we'll continue to reiterate today, that is the equivalent to a bullseye for the market maker. And so when the market maker knows, or the market liquidity providers, the exchanges, however you want to perceive the market maker, they are relevant and they are also intelligent. And this is a game to them, and it's a game of money to them. They don't care about the social sentiment or the news that's come out. They care about where the money is and how they're going to grab it. So you'll hear us constantly reference where's the liquidity, and there's liquidity pools here and liquidity pools there. Well, that really is for us to be able to define where is the bullseye, where is the market incentivized to head to next. And being that there's only a couple $100 million worth of short liquidations above us, yet there's $30 billion worth of long liquidations below us, that tells us that we have been incentivized to be moving downward. And right now, they are trapping retail traders and setting short positions with liquidity. They cannot rise price up unless they can create a sentiment and drive retail traders to buy these prices. So right now, that's what it's looking like until we can get some confirmation from our indicators. And this is something we want to continue to bring to your attention. There's no way to really know one way or another. This is something that we're all going to find out together. And that's why we do this every day. We look at our indicators every day. We're waiting for confirmation up or down. This is an unbiased game, and we're just here to play it. So what you see is when Bitcoin has made its 6 days straight up, that is fantastic when you're holding Bitcoin and when you're watching it and excited about it going to 100K or whatever unfathomable numbers you've been holding dear in your heart. But we also want to know that that's also slightly unhealthy. The 6 days of straight upwards movement without any profit taking, without any selling, and without what we call any retesting is slightly alarming. And so that's where the possibility of this being a hazardous pump comes into play. And so we start looking at when are we going to retest. And throughout any healthy upwards movement, you will see a retest in the play. Right now, we have not retested any of our support level or any of our previous resistance levels. So until we use our previous resistance as support, which would look something along the lines of this, then we just don't have the clear, the green light to continue forward with confidence. So we would like to see something along these lines, either there and off, or even as low as 38 would be still testing using our previous resistance. You can see this orange line that we have put in here for you guys has been resistance since November 10th of last year. So we'll move this line so we can see what we're talking about. This line right here has been resistance, and that line is what we're looking at to be support right there. So this is a similar play out for what we're looking for, and until we see this, we'll be on the sidelines and we'll be a little bit reserved because we haven't had the luxury of confirmation. And we encourage you guys to set your own necessity of what you need to be confident in your decisions in the market, and set your own requirements for what that confirmation would look like. And when you have a game plan and you follow through to it, you'd be surprised how often it'll work out in your benefit. But that's the market. A little bit boring today, kind of the same as yesterday. But you know what's not boring? This chart. This chart is exciting. This chart's exciting for starters because it's only been around since January 10th. So we have very little data, very little metrics, but we're also at the beginning. And if you're new to crypto, getting into a project at the beginning is typically the best time to be in the project and the best position for profits. So we like keeping our eyes close on projects that have recently been released and have a lot of potential. So looks rare is the chart that we are looking at. This is the ticker LOOKS. Looks Rare is a fascinating project. I'm on 6-hour candles, and so you can see that we've been in a nice downward trajectory and hopefully looking for some kind of bullish momentum in the next couple of days, which we would be looking at as a great entry point for a project that is very new. So this project's exciting, and we have a lot for you on why we're excited about it. But that's at the end of the show, and I'm going to let Sifu break down why Looks Rare is about to be relevant in the NFT world. Sifu, what do you got for us, my dude?
Definitely love to continue on with that. What's up, C3 fam? Always glad to be here. Bring you the current NFT news around the world. But in any case, yeah, let's just jump right from where we're left off this. So Looks Rare, it's actually just an NFT platform where you can obviously purchase NFTs, sell NFTs, upload your own NFTs on here. But it's pretty cool. They have a few things that they're working on that's going to try to make them significant. You might have heard earlier the 521.25% APR with Looks. So basically, if you stake their Looks tokens, that's their tokens, um, basically you can earn up to over 500% APR if you jump into that and you go into their start earning, which if you click into it, it just kind of brings you to your typical kind of swapping little exchange here. But granted, you had Looks already in your wallet, you can go and you can take advantage of this and basically get in on that possible APR, excuse me. However, though, it's pretty cool. So I have to do a little more research on this right here, but it says you can list NFTs here and elsewhere at the same time. So I'm guessing that you upload an NFT onto here. You can basically, if you have other accounts, OpenSea, Rarible, any other platforms, you can probably just basically the equivalent of doing a simultaneous post and just upload all of them at once. So that is pretty cool. That eliminates that. Um, they're actually, let's check them out though a little bit. So let's go and explore. I'll show you why else this platform is pretty cool. It has a few other things that some of them don't. So here we go. You can see typical NFT layout, a bunch of people's stuff. But if we go and just maybe choose one, actually, let's go. I'm sure if it was this. Here we go. And then see, once you actually choose it, you notice right here, we got this whole side panel that appears to have all the layers that make up this artwork. And the significance to that is, so if we just go into, let's go into headgear. And there's not much listed, but if you could actually just pick any of these, and now you see it kind of re-updated the artwork, and it just basically anything that had a Ayagasa, I'm guessing is this hat right here, it just basically took all that whole collection and isolated it down to the ones with that. So you could search up your rarity content through this profile right here, which is pretty cool. If not, you just clear it. It'll take you right back to where you started. But this is a really cool, perfect example of just NFT project. You know, you have one base layer with just multiple variations. And even though you can use a generator, like I showed you guys in the last content, however, you still got to draw every one of those layers. So this is really pretty badass artist right here that is definitely putting out lots of cool layers. However, it is cool though, as far as buying purpose, you want to know what your rarity content is. If you are someone who's buying and flipping NFTs on the marketplace, you don't want to just be stuck buying only common items, especially if you have a niche for these things. So this helps you isolate that down, which is pretty cool. And then also, they have a reward system, not just this APR here. Um, but you get rewarded in the looks tokens, or at least they have that coming. And the rewards go to both the buyer and the creator of the NFTs. And so obviously that's another way to acquire the tokens. And if you're, if you're heavily buying and selling art on here, you'll be acquiring a bag of that. You might as well, or you can take advantage of these APR options, which is pretty cool. And I actually went and gave it a try on listing your own NFTs. And I actually have one of mine on here, but it does have gas fees. So just be aware when you come on here, you're going to find gas fees. It was only about $18 to list the NFT, so it wasn't much. And granted, this is a whole nother community of people that you're going to tap into. But yeah, if we just take a step back out of looks rare and just see kind of some of the numbers that we were talking about a second ago, see the price is down 11%, but if we just check out its market cap, sitting at 778 million, circulating supply of a little over 231 million, max supply of looks like a billion right there. So they've burned quite a bit. Um, Total supply actually is 353 million, a little over that. And then if we come down, check out its daily trading volume is actually pretty impressive considering how young this is in its current project. And yeah, it actually seems like a great NFT platform to get into, check out. It doesn't matter what level you're doing, whether you're creating, buying, selling. It's worth checking out. There's a lot of great artwork on there. So I would definitely keep an eye out for that, and as well as the market movement going on with that. But speaking of the market, let's just take a step back out of that, out of looks rare, and let's just check out the actual NFT market today. So we're sitting at just a little over 44 billion. We're up 5.3% on the last 24 hours. And if we actually scroll down into the actual NFT chart, you can actually see things are kind of pumping. Looks like Mana did a nice little spike, pumped right up, followed right by Sandbox. Axie is not too far behind, but you can see everything for its little kind of correction it did in the last few days is definitely peaked. It's definitely moved right up. There's not too many unhealthy coins here. And a lot of the ones we went over recently still have definitely pumped and played out to be pretty healthy. But the significance of Looks Rare also was that it's also a top trending coin right now, even though you can see it appears to be down. It's top trending. It's making big moves on their marketplace as far as trying to cater to everyone and having a reward system, which is really cool. So on one last note, before I jump out of here, I did play Gods Unchained, downloaded that. I'm actually preparing a video for it, so I'll have some content out on that if anyone wants to check that out a little later. And it is totally free to play. If anybody is into card games like Magic the Gathering, this is easily the best game and one to get into, especially considering the fact that right in the tutorial, upon completing that, you get 3 card packs for free to start playing with, and then you can just start your journey right there. No investment necessary. Start earning their tokens, and yeah. So like I said, I'll have you guys updated with that. That's pretty much going to do it for the NFT section tonight. So as always, thank you for joining, and I will keep diving into this, and hopefully you guys check out that Gods Unchained video. And
Thank you, Sifu. Appreciate that. Lots of love. Always a good time. And actually, I want to go over that and reiterate it with our people about why are we even talking about Looks Rare today? Well, how did we come across it? So one of those fun tools and ways to look into this is you want to go to CoinGecko. Like I said, a great tool that we love. And you can go over to Discover. And when you click Discover, you're going to get brought to this page. You see trending search, most voted coins, and positive sentiment. Well, right here, you can see looks rares, the fourth one on trending searches. You can see on most visited, looks rare is on the bottom. I believe it's the 12th on this page. So we noticed it show up on a few of the Discover options. And so that brought our attention. And then looking into it is why we thought we had to bring it to you guys. So let's go ahead and look at what that is. I know Sifu just went over some of the basics on the market cap and the volume. And I want to reiterate that the 24-hour volume is what has our attention. When you have $120 million worth of 24-hour volume, it shows some faith in the project and some excitement in it. So that's something that we're paying attention to. We are excited about. And also, I want to point out over here something that I don't think we mentioned enough on the channel. When you see the market cap says $771 million, the trading volume is $120 million, but the fully diluted valuation is $3.3 billion. So what does that mean? The fully diluted valuation is the current price times the max supply. So the market capitalization, if the max supply of the coin is in circulation, note that it can be 3, 5, 10, or more years before the fully diluted valuation can be reached, depending on how the emissions and schedule is designed. So this is kind of like a foresight of what the project's potential could be. And as you can see, we're not even a third of that. We're about a fourth of, if not closer to a fifth of that in market cap. So what this is saying is this has the potential under CoinGecko's fully diluted valuation to do a 5x. So that's very exciting. And that has our attention. But you come over here and you can go to the website, looksrare.org. So when you click that, you'll show up. Actually, I'll just do it with you guys. We will go to looksrare.org. You come here to the page that Chris started out on, and this is the trade NFTs and get rewarded. So you scroll down, and you can look at their top collections, and also you can look at how much they're earning. But you can list your NFTs here and elsewhere at the same time. So when you get your rewards from trading with LooksRare, why would you want to trade anywhere else? They actually give you kickbacks. So it's been incredible the amount of money that the artists have made through trading fees. You also have the collection offers lets you bid on a whole collection at once instead of having to do individual bidding. You know you want a crypto tad, but you don't care which one. Bid on them all, right? You know, crypto punks, you're not really partial. It's a brilliant approach for those of us that are just trying to get an NFT and aren't really that partial to which one. Also, the 100% of trading fees. Looks stakers earn them daily. So that's how they're able to offer this 500% APY. It goes to the stakers. So all of the trading fees, instead of it traditionally going back to the exchange, will be going to the people providing the liquidity through staking. So brilliant approach. Excited to see where they're going with this. You can see that the creator royalties are paid instantly. So this is Sifu's world. I'm not familiar with how the royalties work on some of these other platforms, but from the sounds of that, it's got my attention. Royalties are paid out per transaction. No more waiting around for the end of the month or for something to be sold. You get paid when they get paid. You can also buy your NFTs with a mix of both Ethereum or wrapped Ethereum. So if you don't have enough Ethereum or wrapped Ethereum to cover your buy, you can combine your balances and check out easy. So they have a lot going for them. It's a great project, a lot of excitement. And they also have a very active social. So I encourage you guys to check out their Twitter if you're interested in them. They have a lot going on. This was a great video of someone being asked if they're interested in buying a Lamborghini or a picture of an alien. And this person's clearly up to date with the NFT world because they laughed and they said, I'll take that NFT. I know it's worth double. So we're entering into that world. The NFT world is not going anywhere. I don't believe everything's going to make it, but I believe that it'll be something relevant in our life from here on out. So you can see everything that you need to know about the upcoming emissions reduction. What they're doing to make things cheaper and more efficient through transactions is all here, worth getting into. We're doing a quick stream just trying to expose you guys to stuff so we don't dive that deeply into these projects. These are brief exposures. So please check this out yourself. It's absolutely fascinating. You don't want to hear about it in 2 months from now and realize that you had heard about it from us and you just didn't take it seriously. They've been around less than a month, 29 days as of today. So trade NFTs, earn rewards. Check out Looks Rare. It's worth every minute that you put into it will be educational, informative, and worth your time, especially if this is an avenue that has been taunting you and you've been curious about. So this to me looks like the next OpenSea, the next Rarible, the next big picture. So on the Looks Emissions Phase 2, you can see that they've been live for almost a month now. And in accordance with the schedule, Phase 1 of Looks token emissions will soon come to an end, with Phase 2 starting February 9th. So in addition to the above, there will also be an update to the LP staking rewards. This article would be relevant to you if you're an NFT trader on LooksRare, staking Looks on LooksRare, or staking Uniswap Looks ETH V2 LP tokens. So changes to the trading rewards and staking rewards. It looks like this is going to be the amount of looks emitted will reduce from 800 looks per block to 380 looks per block. This means trading rewards will reduce from 441 to 209 per block. Staking rewards will reduce from 190 to 90 looks per block. So this also it brings me back to my original point. It pays to be first. The people that have been in Looks since the beginning have been receiving double the rewards that people will be receiving tomorrow. So that's why we try to bring you guys these projects. The moment we get them, we give you a brief overview so you can do your own research, do your own homework, and check into them, because these are time-sensitive matters. Why does this matter? For traders, the specific dates of change for trading rewards are the final day of Phase 1 will be recording volume completed between the 8th of February and the 9th of February. The first day of Phase 2 will be the recording volume completed from the 9th of February to the 10th of February. So, and that will be the same for the Looks stakers. So something that I wish we knew more about and had more information on. This is about the extent that we've been exposed to it, but it's something that I will continue to reiterate. Do your own homework, check them out. NFTs are the next generation. They will be part of Web 3.0, and it's something we need to get used to. And speaking of NFTs, I noticed in our chats, we have our friend Mike has been asking about what's our opinion on Coinbase dropping their NFT platform and any pros or cons you guys see with them jumping in the game. So I really only see long-term pros. I really think that that's the biggest takeaway is in long term, this is a positive thing. Short term, there are some variables to take into consideration. We know that Coinbase, as they release things, sometimes have pumping events and sometimes have dumping events. For example, when Coinbase released or featured ADA, a lot of us were anticipating that project to skyrocket. And actually, it did the polar opposite, and it got rejected and fell a substantial amount after being featured on Coinbase. So I would be hesitant for any immediate positive consequences, but I do anticipate a long-term positive effect with Coinbase stocks, and with Coinbase being in the NFT world. I think we're going to see all of these exchanges eventually conforming to that. And that's and once again, this is not my world, and that's what we have Sifu for. Whoops. And he's gonna kind of break in what his opinion on Coinbase and what dropping their NFT platform is. So Chris, why don't you take that away from me?
Yeah, it was just a quick one we checked in on. Not to really have too much of an opinion formulated yet, but I don't see any like real cons as far as it goes. What it really seems to be centered around is that they're partnering with Mastercard to make that happen. So basically, they want to eliminate any transaction problems that may be happening with anyone right now. Some people just don't have the crypto in wallets already, whatever the case is. So that's cool. So they're adding it so anyone can pay with credit. However, you still need a digital wallet to store the actual asset you purchase. But they have a pretty big backing behind it. There's already 3 million people signed up and waiting for this. So I say, yeah, no matter whether it be pro or con, it's definitely happening, and it's going to open up a lot more customers to
Yeah,
be able to get in and purchase NFTs, basically.
that sounds absolutely huge. And Chris, please correct me if I'm wrong, but currently, right now, the only way to purchase NFTs is through whatever specific crypto that NFT was built on. So if you're on the Solana
Hmm.
NFT chain, you need to have Solana to buy it. If you're on the Ethereum blockchain, you need Ethereum or wrapped Ethereum. Am I correct?
Yeah, no,
So
that's exactly it.
this would be the first time that somebody could actually use a plethora of currencies or whatever their choice is. And like you mentioned earlier, even credit, even if they don't have the luxury of purchasing that, they can now put it on credit, US dollar, or a variety of cryptos.
Yeah,
That's
I
got to be
guess.
huge for the space.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I wonder what the creditors are thinking. They're like, hey, oh well, at least they're buying a appreciating asset and hopefully be able to sell it if they need to pay us back. Who knows? But no, it's interesting. I think that's huge. I'll be looking out for that for sure.
Brilliant. Well, and I want to make a huge shout out to Mike. Thank you so much for engaging and for the comment. We love working with you guys. We do this for you guys. We want to answer your questions. So if you guys have questions, throw them in the comment section. And that's what the end of the stream's for. It's for us to answer your questions and to look in what you guys are curious about, because we're doing this for you. And so please engage with us. Let us know how we can improve, how we can help, and what you're curious about. And I think with that, I think we're going to wrap up. I had a great day today. There's not that much going on in the market, but you rest assured we'll be back tomorrow at 5, and we'll be going over the same things. And we'll have another gem for you, some more NFT love, and looking at, have we used our resistance as support yet? So if that sounds good to you, you should probably like it. You should probably subscribe to it, and we'll see you tomorrow at 5. C3, over and out.